Hey everybody, going through some of my equipment today, and came across my tarp, and I thought I finally got it dialed in the way I wanted. Watching numerous YouTube videos, just as all of us newbies do, trying to find the good setup for me, and I finally got it to where I like it. It's comfortable for me to set up. It's just a breeze. Like I said, I've learned it from some of you guys out there on YouTube that are doing these same things as me. So thought I'd set my tarp up today real quick and just show everybody, what I'm working with and what works for me, and hopefully this will help you guys. All right, so here's my basic setup. Got it between the two trees. Did bring my hammock with me today, for there's no really real reason to bring that, but just for the tarp purposes, this is how I'd normally keep it over my hammock if there was no threat of rain or something, or maybe just a slight chance. Just keep it up my snake skin. I can deploy it rapidly, no problem at night. To show you a little about it, this is a continuous Ridgeline, and this is what I've found works best. When I started out, I would use the paracord from tree to tree, hang the old Walmart tarp over it, 1,000 stakes, 1,000 pieces of paracord, whatever to tie it down with. But I've just recently gotten this, and this is great. Basically what it is, it's Zing-It, this yellow thin cord here, and if you all can see that or not, it has a Dutch loop, and spliced into the end of it. That's just connected around the tree, tied around the tree, hooked in. It goes the entire length of my tarp, all the way down to your other tree, and you run this around the tree. You come back into this piece here, made by Dutchware. It's called a wasp. Basically what that does is it comes down here to the bottom. You run it through that little mouth on it, pull it back to the tree, tighten it. You come back through the little antenna here and wrap it underneath the wing. That locks it in place. You can slide this back and forth on the Zing-It to lengthen or shorten, depending on the distance between your trees. So snake skins, basically just a cover around your tarp to keep it up and out of the way. I debated on buying one for a long time, and $20, $25 for some of them. I thought, well, I can, for that much money, I'm trying to do this cheap and on a budget, I can probably just keep folding my tarp up. Well, another YouTuber, Tim Watson, had this great idea, and I've used it twice now, and I love it. Basically, what my snakes can consist of is a shower loofah. You basically take that apart, and it's just a mesh tube. So I'll go ahead and start taking that off and show you how my tarp deploys out of that. And the cost of this was $1. So compared to 20 bucks at REI or something like that, $1's hard to beat. So that's it. I don't use any kind of high dollar tarp or anything. I don't have the Kelties or the Cuban fiber or anything like that. I still use the tarp I've had for 2 seasons now, Yukon Outfitters Walkabout, and I love it. Basically, I keep my guy lines tied out or attached just by 2 little S-beaners there, and I can take them off even if I want to too, if it gets wet, and I just keep them tied up nice and neat so I can deploy them easily. So I'll go ahead and deploy them and stake my tarp out, and I'll show you that. Okay, I've got my guy lines out. This tarp's only got 2, so that makes it nice, easy setup. So one on each side, and it doesn't give all the coverage of some of the Cuban fiber tarps with the doors or the Kelty nose tarp and all that, but it's been sufficient for what I use it for. Plenty of room underneath. You can pitch it down lower or wider if you need it to. Currently I'm just using some of the Reflectix cord that came with it on the 2 tie outs. They seem to be working fine. One other thing I wanted to show you about this Dutchware continuous Ridgeline is when I ordered it, I had it with soft shackles put on. Basically what that is this piece of Zing-It here. There we go, focus. It's just tied onto the main Ridgeline with this pressic knot. What a pressic knot does is it allows you to make changes almost with one hand. You can loosen or tighten the tension on your tarp. What that's great for is you get your tarp set up or your hammock set up, and you're wanting to center your tarp over your hammock. Well, if you've only got, you know, some guys tie their line on from here to each tree and they don't have the continuous, well, then you've got to go back to your tree if it's not perfectly lined up, adjust that, and you know, make your adjustments on each tree to get your tarp perfectly centered. Where these, they allow you to actually loosen this one up here. You could walk down to your other end, tighten it up. Now we've moved it, you know, 6-8 inches down this way. So, you know, it's lighter weight than an S-beaner. I don't know how much, but it's basically, there's a loop at the end of this. If I can show you one-handed or not. Probably not. Well, this knot goes through a loop. That's on the other end of this loop. And that's all that holds it. It just closes down on top of itself, right on that knot right there. And so far I haven't had any problems with the holding. Just tighten it back up and you're good to go. Just basic purpose of this video is to show, you know, this is a $40 tarp and you don't have to spend a ton of money to get into this, guys. This is, you know, a great little tarp for the money. The continuous Ridgeline you can buy from Dutch Wear, or you can actually make it yourself. You don't have to use the fancy, you know, wasp and the loop and all that. But I definitely would suggest, if you're going to use a continuous Ridgeline, make you something up, learn how to tie a prusik knot so you can, you know, have easy adjustment out on the trail. So hope this helped you guys out as much as it did me, you know, seeing it on other YouTube videos and getting my setup dialed in. And good luck out there. Have fun.